Hey guys, Ash here, also known as the AJ Lee fan. I am back today with another video. It is early in the morning. I thought I'd just get it done now. That way I can just do everything else I gotta do today. So let's just do it. And welcome back to one of my One Tree Hill rant videos. In today's video, we're going to talk about the double standards between Brooke and Peyton and Nathan and Lucas. This is something that I never really thought about until now that I'm older, because when I was younger watching the show, I'll just be real, my two favorite characters were always Peyton and Lucas. I think I was just so intrigued mostly by those two. Not saying the other characters were bad, I really did, I love all the main five. I really love all the main five characters, but Lucas and Peyton were my favorites. But now that I'm older watching the show, I realize that there's like an impeccable double standard between the four, because a lot of people hate. I really blame the podcast for all the unnecessary hate that Peyton is getting now. Like, I really feel like the podcast is a lot to blame for that, and I think the podcast is a lot to blame for this whole Lucas and Peyton trauma bonding, romanticizing trauma crap. Like, the podcast is to blame for all that, because nobody was thinking that way until the podcast came out. Like, people are just sheep. People hear one thing and they become sheep to it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I used to be the same way too when I was younger. If you guys want an example of it, wrestling. When people hated John Cena, I jumped on the Cena hate train. And I really had no reason, because I love John Cena. I still do love John Cena. He's absolutely one of the best superstars to come from WWE, without a doubt. The reason why I hopped on the Cena hate train was because my love for CM Punk was growing even more. So I kind of feel like, well, I have to choose one, so I chose CM Punk. I still love CM Punk, regardless of all the things people have to say about him. Me personally, I'm not about to go on a long tangent rant about someone personally in real life that I've never met. It's okay to have opinions about somebody, but I'm not about to make videos about this and that about them. That just ain't me. I'm just a fan, so I'm gonna be a fan. I ain't no news reporter like some of these other people on YouTube like to be. Some of these other wrestling fans. So yeah, I was a sheep for the CM Punk, and I really started to hate John Cena. I was actually really starting to believe a lot of the things that CM Punk was saying, and so yeah. I mean, when I look at that feud now, back in 2011, I'm thinking like I love them both. I can't really hate either one, CM Punk or John Cena. But if you ask me who I love more at that time, probably CM Punk. I think a part of me still kind of loves him a little bit more than John Cena. I don't know what it is, CM Punk. I think it was because he was who I hated. He was different, I guess. He was really different from John Cena. Just a pair of two different coins. They're just very different. I guess that's kind of why I really love their matches. It was kind of like opposites attracting. But yeah, you have my example of me being a sheep one time in my life. But yeah, I honestly feel like the podcast really is a lot to blame for how fans are just being sheep now. Like, no one was saying Lucas and Peyton was a trauma bond relationship until the podcast came out. And me personally, I still don't believe that it is, because I made a whole video about it. People keep saying they shared the same pain. Listen, yes, they have been through some similar situations, but that's not how they got together. I didn't realize, listening to understanding where someone is coming from and being sympathetic towards it, I didn't know that meant you were in a trauma bond relationship. It's just crazy to me. Like, I need someone to explain it to me. If someone can explain it to me, maybe I can understand. But when people just say, "Oh, trauma bond," I'm thinking like, how? I'm not getting into it because I already made a video about it. Like I said, you want to listen to it, go watch the video. But I don't understand how Lucas and Peyton being there for each other as friends or being there for each other as lovers meant they were trauma bonded. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. I don't believe it for 1 second. It wasn't trauma bonded to me. To me, it was a pure love story with ups and downs. People got hurt in the middle of it. It sucked. People getting in the middle of it sucked, not the love story. The love story is top notch. If I had to make a top 10 best teen drama love stories, Lucas and Peyton would be in like a top 5. So yeah, I just like the podcast is a lot to blame for people becoming sheep now. But okay. So that's a side rant. We're gonna get into the video, but I do have another side rant I need to get into, and that was me accidentally stopping the recording during my video talking about seasons 7 through 9, and I still have a little bit more things I need to talk about through 7 through 9. So let's just run through it quickly. So I want to talk about the 3 main characters, Haley, Nathan, and Brooke. I'm gonna start with Nathan and Haley first. I feel like these other seasons really proved to me that it made a lot more sense to end the show after season 6 because they gave Nathan and Haley nothing for a marriage. Like, and I hate to say this because I never thought I would say this, they were really boring in the other seasons, Nathan and Haley. And it's because they already ramped through so many storylines already that it was just like nothing else to give them. Nathan really became a one-dimensional character. His whole character became about basketball. No more layers for Nathan, no nothing. You're going to keep these characters on for 3 more seasons. Why not give them more to layer out? Like, at least Haley had the whole grief thing with her mom. Like, we saw Haley get through that. Her and Nathan, they got through that. And she ended up getting pregnant, having a miracle after something that was very dark. They end up getting pregnant. Haley's entire storyline in season 8 is being pregnant. That's it. Her entire storyline is her being pregnant. Nathan didn't do anything in season 8, just nothing. Their entire storyline is Haley being pregnant and them getting ready to have baby number 2, which is fine. But you know what's crazy? I keep forgetting that they had on some capacity. I think I'm saying it incorrectly. On some extent, I'll say that I forget that they had another kid, and then I don't, because where the hell was their daughter at in the other time jump episode at the end of season 9? I didn't see their daughter. Didn't see her. I just keep forgetting. And in season 9, Nathan gets kidnapped, and everybody has to orchestrate a way to rescue Nathan. I thought it was just absurd. Like, it was laughably absurd. Like, just really absurd. I didn't like it. They did nothing with Nathan and Haley as the seasons went up, so I could definitely understand a lot of people who say in unpopular opinions they were really boring. And not only that, I can't really remember any moments they had, like any cute moments they had in the other seasons. Now, season 8, cute moments to me that I remember from top of my dome. When she told Nathan that she was pregnant, when she said, "I don't want you to lose your dream," and he said, "I can't because she's standing right here." That's it. That's the only 2 moments I remember, people. No, and when Nathan was there for her during her depression, when he took her back to when they toured for the first time, and they went on a walk and they talked on the lake, that was cute. I will admit that was cute. But season 7 has 22 episodes, and I don't remember all 22 moments that they had. I can't remember. Season 8, can't remember none. I'm even about to try to think about it because I don't remember any. And this girl has a Nathan and Haley playlist on her channel, and whenever I edit, like couple edits, I never use the only seasons I use when they're older is seasons 5 and 6, and I use a little bit of the moments I just said in season 7, and I use the rain kissing from season 9. That's it. To me, the Rodgers didn't give Nathan and Haley nothing really. Their best moments as a couple is through seasons 1 through 6. Don't argue with me, argue with that wall, and that's one period. The chemistry was still there. I don't want anyone to get me wrong. The chemistry was still there. The chemistry between Bethany and Jeffrey was just magical. You couldn't really rewrite that, but I feel like the way to keep chemistry stronger is by giving the characters something new. The chemistry was still there, but I would have loved to see their marriage be more layered with more interesting storylines. More interesting storylines. Like, we rarely see them have sex. Like, I don't know. Like, it was kind of like he really just didn't know what to do with them, and it was kind of like, really, because they gave Brooke all of these storylines, and they gave Nathan and Haley none. So let's get to Brooke. Brooke sold her company. She got to reunite with her parents, which I had no fucking idea that Brooke's dad was in season 9. Because the whole fucking time in the show, he's like this mystery man. We've never seen her dad. She got her parents to reunite. She finds out that she can have kids, she can't have kids, and then she can, then she got pregnant. Her and Julian have children. They go through the whole, adoption thing. Sorry if I sound like I'm out of order. I'm just telling y'all what the storylines that I remember. And then the guy Xander came back. I think she fought him off, and I know her and Julian got married. Those are all of Brooke's storylines of season 7 through 9, I believe. They gave Brooke a lot of storylines, and they gave Nathan and Haley none. To me personally, I just feel like it was just time to let the show go. It was time to let it go. And the last thing, the biggest thing to me, giving Dan this redemption arc. It was so ridiculous. Like, even though they were already doing this in seasons 5 and 6, like, the fact that Haley is defending him, like, it was just a shake of the head. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. I think a lot of people were only being nice to him because they knew he was dying. And don't get me wrong, Dan's final episode, it was, I would say right after that hurricane episode, I would say Dan, his episode was probably like the next episode in the series that felt like how it used to be. Well directed, well acted, like it was a good episode, but I didn't cry. I think it was a really good episode to send Dan off. Like, I will give him that. Like, it was a good episode to send Dan off, but I didn't cry because I didn't care about Dan. I'm sorry. It was just no forgiveness in my heart after what he did to Keith. I just couldn't forgive him for it. But yeah, probably that and the last episode. Those are probably like the best. Like, I would say the Hurricane, Dan's final episode, and the last episode, One Tree Hill, like the episodes that kind of felt like how One Tree Hill used to be, because as soon as season 6 was over, everything about One Tree Hill kind of dipped in quality. Characters, storylines, acting, it kind of all just dipped. Relationships, like there was just no more love stories to get behind. It was. I just don't understand why they kept the show going. Why CW kept the show going. I don't know why CW renewed it for 3 more seasons. I think that was ridiculous. Season 6 was the best way to send the show off, in my opinion, and I'm going to stand on it. Water break. Now that we have got the sirens over, let's talk about these double standards. I'm going to start with Nathan and Lucas first. So, it is crazy to me that Nathan can get away with a lot of things, and people rarely chastise Nathan the way people chastise Lucas. Nathan has lied. Nathan has had thoughts about cheating. Nathan has acted very selfishly. He has been very egotistical towards people. He's been wrong at the wrong people, and yet no one chastised Nathan for this. Now, one of the things I want to talk about, to me, is probably the Nanny Carey stuff, because to me, I feel like fans really, really, really do not hold Nathan to any consequences when it comes to the Nanny Carey thing. He was jealous when she was dancing with other men. He looked at her naked while she was swimming. He didn't tell her that her pulling up his pants was inappropriate, because it was very inappropriate. He never confronted her about the kiss. Like, Nathan was moving very sneaky in the whole Nene Carey debacle, and nobody drags him for it. Like, when I was younger, I was thinking, like, yo, what the hell is Nathan doing? Like, at least he did pull her out the shower. Like, I'll give him that. But it don't make him no better when all the other stuff that she was doing that was inappropriate, he never checked her about. He never once checked her about it. He checked her about the flirty stuff at the bar, but, like, he was flirting back. So, and then his excuse for Haley in the therapy room was because you weren't looking at me like that no more. I'm thinking, like, what? I understand people have needs and everything like that, but I don't give you no right to step out of your marriage. To me, I don't do infidelity. I don't. That's not cool. That's not cool. So the stuff with Nathan and Nene Carey, I feel like nobody shows him no. Like, no one drags him for it, and, like, that was really inappropriate. Nathan was acting very, very inappropriate. And then he lied to Haley about it when she asked him about the stuff that she accused that Nene Carey told Haley. He told her that none of that was true. He lied to Haley's face, straight in her face, and then tried to make her look like the bad guy when they had the argument. Just saying. I'm just saying. No one drags Nathan for it, but y'all can drag Lucas for the most ridiculous things half the time. The most ridiculous things. Nathan's been wrong with the wrong people. Another example, in season 2, he got mad at Lucas for going down to see Haley when he told Lucas to not go down there because she didn't want to talk to him. He lied about that. Because when Haley and Lucas had to talk, she said he did come there. They did talk. The conversation wasn't done, and he walked away. He told Lucas that they talked and they decided to go their separate ways. He lied about that. And he has no right to tell Lucas that he can't go visit Haley. Haley's his best friend, the only friend he had while he was an outsider. How are we gonna tell him that it's either her or me? Like, I don't like that whole pick a side, because that's not right. I understand that Haley hurts you, but at the end of the day, she still is my friend. So for him to be like, you gotta choose a side, and for him to get mad at Lucas because of it was very wrong. Now, the only thing Lucas is very wrong about is he should have showed. Wait, I think she gave Lucas the annulment papers. She did, because Nathan took him out his bag. She gave Lucas her assignment, but she also gave him the annulment papers that Dan left her. She signed it and she said it was just "I love you." Lucas should have given Nathan those papers, because Dan manipulated Nathan into thinking about an annulment. Just pretend the marriage never happened. Nobody will ever know about it. Nothing. He should have showed Nathan those papers. I will give Nathan that. He should have showed Nathan those papers. But as for seeing Haley, I feel like Lucas is not the bad guy. Nathan really had his energy really at the wrong person in season 2 and 3. Like, when I was rewatching season 3 yesterday, I'm just thinking, like, yo, why is he so fucking mad at Lucas? Like, yo, what do you, like, I just didn't understand why he was so mad at Lucas. What the fuck do y'all mean? Like, how do some people say Lucas being people's business? It's like, that's his friend. That's his best friend. And Nathan is his brother. So if he could go down there and try to make things right, why is he a bad guy for trying to do that? Like, if you were in that position, you would do the same thing. Try to convince her that this marriage can work. Y'all just need to talk it out. An annulment paper is not the way to go and handle this. It's not. So Nathan really had his energy really towards the wrong person. Another time, I said Nathan could be selfish and egotistical. Here we go. When Haley got pregnant, no one dragged Nathan for this. Nathan was being a real douche when he found out Haley was pregnant. Like, his dialogue was very asshole-ish. He was an asshole, a very asshole. Dan tried to manipulate him into choosing Duke over Haley and leaving Haley alone while he's in college. And Nathan fell for the manipulation, and he literally tried to do that. Until when he got on stage, he changed his mind. Which I was like, congrats to Nathan. I just couldn't believe Dan tried to manipulate him. Y'all see why I hate Dan? He almost tried to do that, but when Haley told him that she was pregnant, he walked out. Oh, that too, the whole Rachel situation. Nathan was being sneaky too in that. Nathan was being very sneaky. Why is he meeting this girl at her house? Why is he? Why was he indulging in this crap that Rachel was telling him? He knew damn sure that Rachel did not see Keith underneath that water. He knew it. He knew that she didn't see Keith. I felt like with them, it was like with him and Rachel. I think he was attracted to her. I'm just gonna say it. I do think Nathan was attracted to her, and I just feel like it was just very weird all the attention that he was giving her. Very weird, just very weird all the attention he was giving her. I wasn't fucking with it. No one drags him for that either. His weird attraction to Rachel. No one drags him for that. When Haley told him that she was pregnant, he walked out. And then when she came back, he's getting dressed for his meeting for Duke. He tried to convince his Haley to go with him. She said she can't do that, and he said, "My dad says you would say that." Basically being like, she wants to support him in his dream. And like she said, it's not about the college that we go to. I want you to be happy. I want that for you. But I thought the news of having a child would affect you more than having the news of your scholarship. And I was really on her side. Like, I just couldn't believe that he was really. I'm not saying he can't be happy about getting a scholarship, because this is something he's always wanted. Basketball has been his drive. I understand that. But for him to just completely just like nonchalant say fuck the kid, I don't have no reaction towards the kid. I just thought like Nathan was really an asshole for that. Was really an asshole. And then he was talking about I'm not gonna be the villain. He said I'm not gonna get blamed for this. I think he said, or feel bad about this. I'm just not. And then him walking out, but he did make it up when he chose Haley over Duke. But I still feel like I think the problem I have with Nathan is that people forgive him too quickly. Like it's like he can say sorry and then people just forgive him. It's like, and that's the problem. Like I feel like with Lucas, when he does something wrong, people just they throw it in his face. They make him out to be the bad guy all the time, and that's just not true. Now I'm not saying that Lucas ain't got no latches underneath his belt. You know, the cheating was ridiculous. It was really outrageous. Even though I still feel like Lindsay and Brooke put themselves in the middle of it, that don't mean they deserve to get cheated on at all. So when I say that, I don't want people to think that I'm saying that the cheating is okay or is condoning. No. I still feel like even though Brooke and Lindsay, they should have known their place and read the room, that don't give Lucas no right to cheat and be indecisive. It was just not fair. I feel like Lucas keeping his heart connection a secret. He definitely should have told Karen. I could understand him keeping it a secret in season 2, but when we get to season 3, it's really, really bad. And he definitely should have told Karen. I think would have been interesting in season 3 if they would have made him pass out sooner. Really. Because I feel like once after Keith died, that's when his heart problems got really bad. But because he's keeping them under control with with his medicine. But I feel like that would have been interesting. Like if he would have like passed out sooner, and that way Karen could have found out about it. But yeah, he definitely should have told Karen about the heart stuff. I'm trying to think what else people drag Lucas for. There's so many things they ain't about to cover every single one. People said him moving in with Dan. Now I feel like this one I can't even fight the fandom on because I can and I can't, because him moving in with Dan, I thought that was stupid. I really didn't fuck with that. But on some capacity, Dan did threaten him about telling Karen about his HCM. And I could understand Lucas wanting to keep that a secret because at the end of the day, I still feel like it is his health, so he's allowed to, even though that's his mother. Like even though in real life, if you have health issues, you want to tell your family, but it's like you want to wait it out on how to tell them. Like it's like if someone found they had cancer, how do you really think they're going to tell people they have cancer as soon as they find out about it? No, that's not. I don't know a lot of people who does, but for like movies and TV shows that I've seen, a lot of people usually wait it out until they tell someone they have cancer because that's a big deal. That's a really big thing to tell your family. Cancer is very, very hard to get through. So yeah, I feel like Lucas could have waited it out. Like I said, I could understand him keeping it a secret in season 2, but he definitely should have told Karen in season 3. He definitely should have told Karen in season 3. Like there's just no argument there. But at least I can say at least he was getting the medicine. Like at least he wasn't just you know going out there when not taking his meds. Because if he would want to just been on the court taking no meds, that would have been a whole different issue. If I was Haley, I would have been so white. Another thing, people got mad in season 4 when Haley tried to check him about him participating again. First of all, Haley even listening to that bitter, I'm gonna call Brooke a bitch because that's what Brooke was in season 4. She was a bitter bitch. Her listening to Brooke was just ridiculous. Even though Brooke is telling her the truth. And first of all, Peyton kissed him. He didn't kiss Peyton. He just didn't push her away, like he said. I thought she was bleeding. I thought she was laying there half dead. If she kissed me, for her to be basically just like try to like check him and make it seem like she was being Haley was being a complete hypocrite. Like, wait, you trying to come for me? What about when you kissed Chris Keller? Twice, I might add. Twice, I might add. Twice, I might add. You kissed him twice when you were married, and you almost ran off with him. How about that, Haley? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta check yourself before you wreck yourself. Like, period. Like, don't. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to double standards. People like to throw a lot of shit in Lucas' face, but as soon as he throws something into another character's face, he is chastised. He is dragged, and I'm not having it. Lucas was there for everybody. He dropped on a dime to be there for people. Period. He always tried to make situations better. He was there for everyone. He was there for everybody. Yes, he might have his lashes. Yes, he might do things in the heat of the moment. But to me, Lucas is not as bad as people try to make him out to be, baby. Not as people try to make him out to be. The whole fact that to the fact that Miss Mojo got a whole top 10 reasons why Lucas sucks. Are you fucking kidding me? Where's Damon's video at? Where's Nate Jacobs' video at? Huh? Where are their videos at? I haven't seen one for Damon yet. Are you fucking kidding me? Damon has done a lot more terrible things than fucking Lucas. Are you kidding me? You putting him saying are you really putting on the list him sleeping with Nikki? Really? That's a terrible moment, but Damon ripping women isn't bad. See, fans are crazy. They are crazy. Where's Peter's list from Degrassi at? Where's his list? Y'all tripping. There are far more worse male characters out there than Lucas. That top 10 Miss Mojo list, that list pisses me off so bad because those reasons weren't even valid. She's putting him leaving at the end of season 1. Why does that matter? Why does that matter? I could understand Lucas wanted to leave in season 1. He made a lot of mistakes. He did. He cheated. He lied. He did a lot of things out of character. I could definitely understand him wanting to leave and find himself again. And him going all the way there in the going to Charleston in the summer and then him coming back to make things right. I don't know. I just feel like y'all really, people really drag Lucas for no reason half the time. Like, he was there for everybody. He was so compassionate and so open and so sympathetic. He really carried the burden for a lot of people when they couldn't do things. Like, he was a good supporter. He supported a lot of people. Like, he did a lot of things for everybody. And, like, that I can't remember half the things that Lucas did. Nathan wasn't even there for half the people. He wasn't even there. He didn't even do half the things that Lucas did. And yet y'all don't drag Nathan. So I just exposed the hypocrisy between them. So yeah, and there's many more reasons, but y'all get my point. It's definitely a hypocrisy between Nathan and Lucas because half the things that Nathan does, nobody drags him for it. Nathan has had thoughts about cheating. He has looked at other women. Nathan has lied and put his ego in the middle of everything. Everything. Nathan has got a lot of lashes underneath his belt, and nobody drags him for it. And I'm dumbfounded by the fact that people, just because you like Nathan more, doesn't mean his actions or the bad shit that he does should be excusable. Just like I'm saying with Lucas, there's some things that he did that I wasn't a fan of. It is not excusable. But I feel like people give him more of a hard time because people don't like him. And to me, that's completely unfair. Because I love Lucas and I love Nathan. But to me, I feel like Nathan got a lot of lashes underneath his belt that people just feel like, aside from the rest, oh, that's okay. We love you, Nathan. We like you better than Lucas, so it's okay if you do it. Never. I don't never see no one drag him the way they drag Lucas. Never. Not on Reddit, not on TikTok, not nothing. Nothing. So we need to stop that hypocrisy. Stop the double standards because it's getting ridiculous in these fandoms. Really, really ridiculous. Let's move on to Brooke and Peyton. I had to say the best for last because there is definitely a double standard hypocrisy between these two. Child, let me take a drink of water because I'm going to need it for this. You fans really like to put Brooke on this pedestal. And I can definitely understand why she don't like Brooke. My mom does not like Brooke. She said, well, the thing is with my mom is that she watched the show before me. She said she never really liked Brooke. She said she never really cared for her. She said she thinks Brooke was very dramatic and whiny. I do think Brooke was dramatic sometimes. Like, I hate to say that about people's feelings, but I do feel like she was dramatic sometimes. Like, as for the whiny things, I feel like her crying sometimes was very valid. It was very valid. I do think she was dramatic, and I do think she was a big hypocrite. I think she was a really big hypocrite. But I don't hate Brooke, but I can definitely understand why some people have a hard time liking her, and that's because the fandom puts her on this pedestal. Like, it's like it's impossible for her to do no wrong, and I don't really fuck with that because to me she has got a lot of latches underneath her belt that makes her just out of character as much as Peyton out of character. So the first thing I really want to address is how the slap that Peyton gave. Ugh, hold on. I want to address why can I not talk? Okay, cut. A retake. I want to talk about the scene that Brooke and Peyton had in episode 22 of season 3 when Brooke found out about what Peyton told her. And I want to segue into how Peyton reacted to Brooke in season 4 because it seems like to a lot of fans there seems to be a confusion about this. So I want to address it. Hold on, let me So, in this scene, we find out in the last episode, if you guys do as many rewatches as I do, Peyton told Brooke that she was still in love with Lucas, and Peyton was confused on who her heart belonged with. She knew after the school shooting kiss that it was her. I think her feelings for Lucas were starting to manifest again after that school shooting episode, and them becoming more close as friends. So I feel like her going back to Jake in season 3 towards the end was very forced because yeah, she did miss Jake. She talked about him, but I don't know. That kind of feel like trying to feed to the fans a little bit who wanted that. I don't even remember their ship name. It's something. But for you to try to feed to the fans that and only for her Jake to not be a thing, I feel like the more that she saw those scenes with Lucas and, you know, the stage plays, I feel like the more that she saw Lucas on the stage and his dialogue, it made her just think long and hard about who she really wanted, and that was Lucas. So she told Brooke that she got feelings for him. In the next episode, be coming here. This scene really pissed me off. Brooke comes in here and she said that she had to think long and hard. Well, she didn't say that, but she said she was confused because her best friend told her that she has feelings for her boyfriend. And she said she couldn't believe it was happening again. And Peyton said it's not. And she said she did not remember the last time you tried to steal. I'm gonna say Lucas. You tried to steal Lucas from me. And she said he's under the damn door under me. And she said I'm not trying to steal him. But she said you like him. Well, more like in love, but okay, I guess you can use like. She said I just wanted to be honest with you, unlike last time. Exactly. She wanted to be honest because last time things got really messy and she wanted to be honest. To me, I feel like I can understand Brooke leaving, packing up and leaving because she did give Peyton a second chance and Peyton did blow it. Even though Peyton was honest about the kids, maybe Peyton could have told her sooner. I will give people that, but I still feel like at least she told her. At least she told her. Like at least she didn't wait like a year or months to say something. She said it's right then and there. Right then and there, she said something. Sorry, my ear itching. And then and then she got really mad at Peyton for saying that she didn't miss Lucas. If you watch the episode, she kind of did say that. She said while Lucas is gone, she said she kind of not as dependable on him as much. And I'm thinking like, since when are you around someone or missing them have anything to do with you being so heavily dependent on them? That got nothing to do with it. To me, I definitely agree with Peyton. It definitely sounded like she was saying that she don't miss having Lucas around. That if he's gonna be gone like this all the time, she don't really miss him when he's gone. And she talked about she slapped her. And to me, the slap to me was just I feel like to this day was just really unjustifiable. Her slapping Peyton, I thought was just really crazy because, and then she said you could have not said anything to me. I'm thinking like, wait, hold on. So this is something you wanted honesty, unlike last time, right? In the moment that she gives you honesty, you cut her out and you slap her in the face. That's hypocrisy. Considering in season 4, when Peyton found out, yes, Peyton did start to punch the fuck out of her. But unlike this situation, Brooke deserved it because Brooke didn't keep it real. Brooke lied about it, and then she tried to stand there and look stupid in front of everybody. And then not only that, in the same episode, she's trying to convince to everybody that she is just the whole show. I'm just the whole victim in it all, and they both betrayed me. And it's like, girl, you betrayed the friendship first. You betrayed. Like I said in my Brooke video, you betrayed the friendship first. And it was like only Rachel was the only person able to read it, get it into her fucking head. It doesn't matter if they were broken up. Still off limits. And that's even Rachel saying that. Off limits. You don't fuck your best friend's boyfriend, broken up or not. That's disgusting. This is someone that she has a past with. It's gonna hurt whether or not. Yes, she don't own him, but it's like, how can you even think about hopping in the bed and taking dick for somebody that I took dick from? That's nasty. That's gross. That's gross. And that's definitely something I'm going to be talking about in Gossip Girl. That whole everybody dating everybody thing. I don't understand how people can do that in Gossip Girl, knowing that people, like, I don't know going to sound right. I don't understand how Blair can get with Nate knowing that Nate dicked Serena down. I don't get it. I don't understand how Serena could go with Nate after he dick Blair down. Like, this is a guy y'all both dated, and like either one of y'all ain't gonna have no problem with him dating either one of you. I don't know. Me, I'm just against friends dating friends ex-lovers. I feel like that ruins friendships. I feel like that makes friends question loyalty, because then it's like, were you looking at him the whole time? Like, did you want him the whole time and waited for the opportunity? Just saying. Just saying. Let's just be real here. Brooke took no accountability in that whole situation with the Nathan thing. Unlike Peyton, Peyton took accountability. She took accountability. I feel like the whole season, Brooke in season 4, Brooke was really out of line, and nobody in the fandom drags her for it. Nobody. People say, well, she was tired. She was so tired of everything. So that gives her the right to talk about Peyton's dead mother. So that gives her the right to lie about sleeping with Peyton's ex-boyfriend. That gives her the right to not take no accountability for it. Does that give her the right to try to go back out with Lucas just to hurt Peyton? So I guess all that is excusable. But let's try to flip it. If Peyton and Brooke were in different situations, if Peyton was Brooke and Brooke was Peyton, would things be different? Would y'all drag Peyton? I would say yes. Y'all would. And a lot of people like to drag Peyton for the whole Lindsay situation. Me personally, like I said in the Lindsay, the Brooke, the Lucas, Peyton, and Lindsay little triangle video, what do Lindsay and Peyton have in common? I'll wait. Oh, sorry, yeah, nothing. They have nothing in common outside of the fact that they're both in love with Lucas. They have nothing in common. So I feel like them both coming for each other, it was just like they don't like each other. And maybe Peyton did go a little bit far by talking about, I think she mentioned her having a rich dad, and then Lizzie said, you weren't there with me the day that he died. Yeah, maybe Peyton went a little bit too far about talking about her rich father. I will get the fandom that was a little bit too far. I draw the line with talking about people's dead ones. She didn't mention her father being dead, if I'm corrected. She mentioned her coming from a rich family and daddy is gonna save her whenever. And like Lindsay no one told Lindsay to tell her that her daddy died. Like, that was so weird to me. But hey, I get it. It's a sensitive subject. She talked about her. She talked about her dad. Her dad died. It was a very sensitive subject. I totally get it. I totally get it. Um. So when people just being like, Peyton was such a bitch, it's like Lindsay was a bitch too. Lindsay tried to mark her territory and basically just try to let Peyton know that Lucas is mine and don't try to come for him. Like, Lindsay is not an innocent lamb as people try to make it seem that she was. She was an annoying pygmy. Lindsay was such a pygmy. Such a pygmy. And frankly, she really was just wasting her time because Lucas was really in love with Peyton. But if y'all want to know my opinions about all that, watch the video. So, yeah, I feel like in season 4, Brooke was really just not my favorite person, and yet nobody drags her for it. Nobody drags her for it. A lot of people drag Peyton and the things that she's done to mess with the friendship, but no one drags Brooke for the things that she's done to mess with the friendship either. And that is just what bothers me. I don't really think a lot of people drag Peyton for anything else outside of the whole love triangle situation, that and the Lindsay thing. So this is an easy debate. This is an easy double standard part because I don't really feel like people drag her for a lot of things outside of the book situation and the Lindsay situation. And I'm trying to think of something else too. I know there was something else I think someone dragged her for, but I can't think of it right now. Yeah, I can't think of it right now. Damn. Can't think of it. But yeah, I know a lot of people drag her for the whole Brooke situation in season 1, and they drag her for the whole Lindsay thing. And to me personally, I just feel like, why is Brooke the only person allowed to be hurt? Like, why is she the only person allowed to feel what she's feeling, but no one else is allowed to feel what the fuck they want to feel. Like, to me, that's just such a double standard. Like, y'all really give Brooke excuses when it comes to some of her behavior, and to me, that shit is just not right. Just because she was mad does not give her the right to talk about Peyton's dead mom. Like she said, a person that you cried with me about. Are you kidding me? And you making fun of her to hurt me? Like, that was really insensitive. Like, in the car where she said they were arguing and she was like, see dead mothers 1 and 2 for me. And then Haley was like, hey. And I'm thinking like, yeah, like, yo, that's like really fucked up. Like, that's like really fucked up to say. And didn't want to be all of her business first of all, Peyton should have not told her that she told Lucas that she wanted to be with him. That she told Lucas that she had feelings for him. That ain't none of Brooke's business. Brooke don't need to know about that. Brooke ain't got no right to know about that. Period. Point blank. She ain't got no right to know about none of that. It ain't her business. So, and then for Brooke to feel like she needs to give Peyton advice on how to tell Lucas again, it's like, we're not friends, homegirl, so get the fuck out of my business. Bye. Like, I don't know why Peyton told her. It was just like, she was the only person sitting there, so it was like she wanted to tell somebody. But to me, I wouldn't have told Brooke nothing. We ain't got to talk. We ain't got to be friends. We got to do nothing. So, no, we're not doing that. But at least I can say they did become friends towards the end of it. But, I feel like when it comes to the whole love triangle situation, I'll say it once and I'll say it again, every single one of them were in the wrong for their behaviors and their actions. It just sucks because Brooke was the one who, I would say she was hurt the most by it, because of the betrayals. But at the end of the day, Brooke put herself in the middle of something that she shouldn't have. She shouldn't have not gotten involved with Lucas in the first place. I feel like if she was a little bit more mature about not getting involved with him, if she was more mature about reading the room on not getting with him, it would have been different. But we wouldn't have a love triangle now, would it? If people were being more smarter, would we? That's just the main thing I have all around about all 3 of them, is that I don't think nobody was. I want to say no one was thinking about each other's feelings, because it was obvious in season 1 that Lucas and Peyton, they didn't want to hurt Brooke. They couldn't deny the feelings they have for each other, which I completely understand. But there's no condoning cheating there. They should have told Brooke sooner, and they were going to in that episode. I feel like if Lucas wasn't going to show up before the car accident, if I was playing, I would have just told her. I would have told her myself, but the car crash happened with Lucas, so it just set things back. It set it back, and I think that's why Brooke was hurt even more in season 1, was because they took too long to say something, and then she had to find out over the laptop. So it was just, it was so good. The love triangle between all 3 of them is the best love triangle I've ever seen in my life. And a lot of people are saying it don't hold up no more because Peyton and Brooke were friends, and Lucas got in between them, and he's not even a good guy. It's like, boo hoo, get over it. Boo hoo, boo fucking hoo. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Someone on TikTok saying that Peyton puts Lucas above their friendship. What? Peyton wasn't the one who went after Lucas. Peyton wasn't the one who went after Lucas and put him into a love triangle. You wanna know who made it into a love triangle? Brooke. If Brooke would have never went for him, it would have been a love triangle. Hello? Brooke was the one who went after him, knowing how Peyton felt about him. And that too, no one ever thinks about how it was with Peyton emotionally, seeing them together. No one talks about that. The other guy on TikTok, that's why I love his One Tree Hill analyzations. He doesn't need to make a YouTube channel at this point. When he said that no one ever talks about how the mental torture that it was for Peyton to see them together, no one talks about that. And even my mom said it. How can y'all sit here and say that she put Lucas above the friendship when really she stepped back? She chose she chose their friendship over him. Think about that. Brooke chose her feelings for Lucas over the friendship every time. In season 1 she did it, and in season 3 she did it. And in season 4 she did it too when she tried to convince Lucas to come back to her. Instead of trying to build your friendship up, you try to choose the guy to hurt her. Who does that? Just saying. Me personally, I love them both, but I was always Team Peyton. I was just more into Peyton younger, and I'm still am young, but in my teenage years, I was so into Peyton when I was a teenager. And when I rewatch the show now, I just still love Peyton more. Like, I love Brooke, don't get me wrong, but I just love Peyton more. I think I love Peyton's character journey. I really love her storylines. And to me, after like season 6, I was kind of like over One Tree Hill. So the whole stuff with like Brooke and Haley and them, I really just didn't care. Like, I wanted Brooke to have her happy ending, but I didn't care to watch every single episode to see her get that happy ending. It was just like, okay, she finally got married. Okay, she finally had the kids. I'm happy for her. But it wasn't, I guess what I'm trying to say is, it wasn't intriguing seeing her get that stuff, because it wasn't intriguing storyline wise to me. It wasn't. To me, Peyton, I just love her character journey on her getting where she was in her life towards the end. The love story with Lucas, the stuff with Jake, the stuff with her mom, the stuff in season 1 with her learning about her character, her feeling like this outsider. Like, Peyton was just very an intriguing character to me. Very, very intriguing. Me personally, I just think that Hillary was just a better actress. Like, I know a lot of people might think it's Sophie. Don't get me wrong, Sophia Bush can act her ass off. She can act her ass off, but so can Hillary. Hillary can act her ass off. That's why to me, when people ask me who I think is the best actor for One Tree Hill, younger me would have said Sophia Bush, but now that I'm older, Hillary. I have to say Hillary. Hillary was easily the best actor on the show. That's just my opinion. Even though everybody did a great job, I feel like Hillary was just the best person to me out of everyone. I just think Hillary was just a better actress. I think she was just better. I don't want to say what makes her better, because her and Sophie were really good. If I say what makes her better, I feel like I'm degrading Sophie. And no. They both were really good. But I just prefer Hillary's acting. I just preferred it. Now that I'm older, I just realized I always kind of preferred it. So, yeah. That has been my rant. 53 minutes long. I think I need to get off my chest. Let me know what you guys think about these double standards. It was easy doing the Peyton and Brooke one, because it wasn't much. It wasn't as much to talk about, because I feel like to me what the issue was with them was the whole Lucas scenario, and I feel like with Peyton it was really a lot of the stuff with Lindsay, but that don't really concern Brooke. But I think what bothers me with the Lindsay thing is that people couldn't eat. I think the hope I'm trying to get here is that people like to drag Peyton and Lucas easily for their actions and the things that they do and say, but no one ever drags Nathan and Brooke for the things that they do and say. And I feel like it's about time that we start doing that. I feel like for no one to like really stick up for Peyton for the things that Brooke was saying in season 4, it's just like, I understand you like Brooke more, but it's like, is it really okay for someone to talk about your dead mother? It's like, put yourself in Peyton's shoes. Would you be okay with someone talking about your dead mother or making fun of the fact that you were attacked? Brooke did that too. Brooke made fun of her being attacked. Yep. So, I say we need to stop the hypocrisy, we need to stop the double standards. I feel like be consistent. If a character does something out of line to you, you should hold the same capacity for the other characters as well. So, that has been my video. Thanks for listening. And I might do why I feel like Lucas and Peyton are overhated today, like end of the day, or I might do it tomorrow. Depends on how I'm feeling. But I know that is the last video for my One Tree Hill rants, and we will get straight into Gossip Girl right after.